Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cypher Sistas. I am here with my sister Rachel. How are you this evening?
You know I'm good. I never complain because I can't complain.
Oh shit, you can, but I mean, ain't shit I can do,
There's no
man.
point to complain. There's no point in complaining. Only one that can fix something is the Most High. So, like I said, ain't no
Yeah,
complaining
yeah.
here.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose, man? But
You
outside
feel
of that, man, how was your week? How was your week?
You know what? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Got a lot accomplished. I mean, on a sad note, my grandfather died, and I'm gonna be going
Sorry
to
to
the
hear
funeral.
that.
And one of these episodes might get broadcasted from New York, where I'm going. Uh, but that'll be determined in the future. Getting ready
Okay.
for my birthday. I'm gonna be 25 years old this year.
You look like you're 18, girl. I don't know what you talking about.
Not
25.
try, not try. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's about it. Working hard, looking forward, pressing onward. What about you?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Excuse me. Stuff's hitting a little harder than I anticipated.
You got that good.
I'm gonna come back to that in a sec. Hold fast, hold fast. Nope. Nah, but everything's good. Everything's good in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Blessings in my family. So we've been blessed this week, and it's just been blessings all the way around. And so I thank my supreme being, the Most High, Allah, Jah, whatever you call him. Thank him, and yeah, that's about it for me right now. And I'm smoking some good bud, man. I'm smoking
That's
on that
right.
good.
What's your strain of the week? What strain of the week is it for the show today?
So for me, I am smoking Girl Scout cookie, right? Which is a mixture between OG Kush and Durban Poison. It's got kind of like a vanilla, minty type flavor, a little sweetness to
Okay,
it.
you get it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
about turkey? You breaking down
I'm,
the,
I'm
the
trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. How does that sound? How does that sound?
you sound up. You sound like an expert.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be, especially on this strain right here. But this is not for the faint at heart. This is like a good strain for those who are used to smoking a lot of cannabis, and so this is a good one. So shout out to the GSW. I mean GSC. Shoot, GSW. See, I'm all fucked up because it's that good over here. What about you, my sister? What are you
Really?
smoking on?
White runs. Mixed it up
Okay.
today. Got a little white runs. Had a
Okay.
long, had a long day. This is my believe it or not, y'all. Hey Caress. Thank
Hi,
you.
Chris.
How you doing? Thanks for coming. Yay! My CCI fam is in the building.
All right. All right. That's what's up.
She
That's
said
what's
she
up.
loves the Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, man, that's a good strand right there. That's my
It
strand
is.
right there.
It is. I do like Girl Scout cookies too. But I gotta mix it up. This is actually, you guys are joining me for my first cannabis of the day. I've been so busy today, so this is my watch me enjoy.
Hey. Yeah, man. So let me ask you, what are you smoking on? Oh, look, Alex M728 says I take this.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, Alex. Taking some
That's one of my
GSC right now.
too. Thank you guys for coming to watch. I love you guys for coming. Oh my God. Girl Scout, I guess Girl Scouts is the win for the week.
Hey, man.
It's just me by my lonesome with the runs. Y'all over here with your Girl Scouts. Yeah. So
Hey, the week ain't over. The week ain't over.
that's true. That's true. I'm probably gonna come see you. So wink.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So let's get into it. First topic. What are we gonna do? You want to legislation is first? Like what's new with the
So let's
law?
go through it. Yeah, man. Let's go through
Right?
what's happening out there in the cannabis industry and the cannabis world, right? So, the Gallup just did a report or did a poll, and nationwide support for cannabis legislation. Democrats are favoring it by about 81%, Indies are about 70%, and Republicans are moving up. You know what I mean? So now they at 51%. So it looks like it's trending in the right direction. Uh, Normal deputy director testified before the Senate House Committee this week. So, that's what's up. Normal's out there doing a lot of stuff for us to get weed legalized or cannabis legalized throughout the country.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's
and
true.
so we appreciate everything that they're out there doing, because they ground roots folks and they doing a lot for us, so. The Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, Democrat, appeals a federal judge for dismissing a lawsuit on gun rights for medical cannabis. Right, so medical cannabis patients apparently in Florida are their gun rights get a little tricky. So you guys be careful out there with that. You know what I mean? And if you live in the state of Florida, do some research on that before you go. Walking around,
I think it's absurd to take someone's right to bear arms away from them just because they use cannabis. Alcohol is worse than cannabis. Like,
agreed. Agreed.
The things that this world does is just, I'm always thrown. I'm always like, what? My mind be like, I'll be sitting here like, what?
Yeah, like seriously, I can have a gun and I can go get drunk as heck, but
okay,
and I can be on psychedelics and all these drugs that they give me, opioids and all these other things, but if I smoke cannabis, then they want to steal my gun rights. So be careful out there.
Do you get your arms, your license taken away from you?
What was the question?
If you have an opioid prescription, do they take your license to bear arms away from you?
I don't believe so. Which is really crazy, right? Which is really crazy.
Because that's more dangerous than because there's no, I mean, like, I have yet to see a cannabis addiction.
Exactly.
One who's a high consumer, okay? And I've yet to see a cannabis addiction. I'm confused. Like, you can get addicted to opioids though.
But keep in mind, I mean, people in Florida, keep your eyes open and everything, and let's pay attention to that legislation and what's going to happen with that case,
right?
Just so that we can see how that domino effect may affect other states, The Fed seized a van carrying proceeds from legal cannabis sales, right? And they were trying to keep these people's money. They were trying to keep it, because the feds have a claim to try to hold on to that money. So now they're giving up their claim. So that's a positive thing, right?
That is positive because, I mean, like, it's like you're good as long as you're in your own state. But the minute you step somewhere, like, that's what these murky waters are driving me crazy. Like,
but they were seasoned, and so it didn't say if they were in the same state, because they could have been within their state and been seized still by the DEA for legal cannabis. You know what I mean? You got to be careful about that. But I'm glad that the feds realize that there's okay, because usually when the stuff is gone, it's gone. And so these people fought to get their money back. And so shout out to them for doing that. You guys are doing a lot in the industry to be able to help people.
Sidebar, you said DEA, and I totally flashed back to the helicopters that used to be above our house.
Oh my God, telling family business. Jesus Christ. All right. So we're gonna keep on.
I've spoken about that in an interview before. Actually, I'm not sure that it's a part of our life.
Amen.
DEA was definitely hovering over our crib on a regular when we was growing up as kids.
Oh shit. So, Representative Ayanna Pressley, Democrat out of Massachusetts, said legal cannabis is booming, but less than 2% of the businesses are Black owned, which is something that we need to really start fighting against.
That's been the number for some time now.
Yeah. So you guys out there that are starting your business,
I've been looking at this over and over, checking back in, for the past 3 years consistently, and the percentage has not gone up.
Which is sad. But first they have to release some of these laws where these people now have felonies and stuff, and so there's a domino effect that they didn't even take into account prior to starting to legalize stuff. But I'm glad they're still legalizing, but there's still some kinks that need to be worked out.
There's also no type of as far as, like, let's take for instance Columbia Care or G Leaf, whatever they're called. They're in my neighborhood. I live in a predominantly Black neighborhood, a neighborhood that would be considered the ghetto, for lack of a better term. Although I love my hood, so I don't even care. But that's not my point. The point is, I don't see G Leaf in the neighborhood planting trees and doing outreach. They don't pour back into the communities that they come into. They don't create any type of equitable programs and outreach for BIPOC people to come into, you know what I'm saying? Like, easily, there's plenty of corner boys, especially where I live. There's definitely corner boys. There's definitely street going on. You're trying to tell me there's no program outreach? Let's train some bud tenders up in here. Let's show them the legal ropes. None of that. None of that. None of the dispensaries do any of that type of programming, and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting.
It really is. It really is.
Business. Even the people who work at those dispensaries, those horror stories I be hearing, like, they hate it. They end up hating it and quitting.
Really?
Because the management mismanages their employees. It's the bottom line, But anyways, I'm not gonna throw any dispensary. It's not G Leaf. G Leaf, my problem with you will always be that you're literally three blocks from me. I ain't never seen. We have a playground. We have kids running around. We have our side of town is a heated zone. So okay. in the summer, because they don't have a lot of trees on this side of town, so it gets extra hot over there. So they call it a hot zone.
Okay.
G Leaf, plant some trees. G Leaf, like, do any type of community out. What is like? What? I don't be seeing them. I don't see them. There's no presence, but they're present. Because people who go to the dispensary drive up and down our neighborhood loudly, and you know what I'm saying? Parking, like, the list goes on, but they're not pouring anything into the neighborhood. Anyways, that just upsets me.
I feel you, honey, and we're going to jump into some of these comments real quick. All right, so I'm going to let you go ahead and read them.
Ooh, Durban Poison. Yes.
That sounds delicious.
That's the strain I never even tried. I got to get with you. You got that high grade.
So Alex RN 728 gonna light up with you. That's what's up. Go ahead.
Thank you, Caress. Love you too. LaWard Cooper, hi.
What's up, LaWard?
It's our first time seeing you too.
Yeah, welcome.
We love you too. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving us your time and sharing, joining our cipher. What you got on a bowl or on the hand, or what you lighting up?
How you lighting up?
Thank you.
Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Exactly.
For the trained staff, yeah, even in Cali, man. I mean, it took them a while to catch up to what was going on, you know what I mean, and be able to speak the language to the people, Because initially in Cali, they were just hiring a bunch of potheads that just were there to get high. Shit.
You know what it is, though? It's a lack of consumer education just across the board.
Yeah.
And they don't even feel like they see the importance in it. It's like, they're focused on one thing, the bottom line, the dollar. The people who own these dispensaries and things of that nature, they aren't in it for the medicine of the plant, the magic of the plant, the beauty of the plant. They're not thinking of the plant in terms of it as a whole thing, And they're not even seeing their customers as whole people. They're seeing that dollar in their hand.
Exactly.
That they want to give them. And that's it. And it's a shame. It's a real shame.
And when they say dollar, they mean literally $1, because you can't come up in there and use your ATM card. You got to go to the ATM machine.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too.
Literally $1. Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame. If we're not answering your comments fast enough, that's just because Malika is the only one who can see them, and she's the one putting them on the screen.
Hey, I put it on the screen. Keep reading. Keep reading. Stop running your mouth and read.
That's not well cared for their employers.
Yeah, so it goes to the first comment that she made where she was saying, I saw too much of that while I was van living all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Dispensaries with poorly trained staff and staff that were not well cared for by their employees. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to pay people to be able to be a part of this industry and really want to do the research and continue to be educated as things
And
come out.
give them equity within your company if you want them to, you know what I mean? Like their model of running a dispensary, they all follow the same model, but it's like, is this a sustainable model? Because you
It's the
got,
liquor store model.
yeah, it really is, but it's not, weed is not liquor.
No, it's not. It's
It's
not.
an experience, and people are, when they're consuming cannabis, they're consuming it for the experience of the consumption. It's a whole experience, you know. I just, they need to get it together.
Facts.
Let
So
me
established in '87.
don't let me have my own.
How
Hey,
you doing,
established
fam?
in '87. I thought y'all was
Oh, the classic OG Kush. Yes, yes, the good
good.
stuff. The good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I do love me some OG Kush. I can't lie. I
So let's
can't.
talk about how you smoke over there, Rachel. So the joints, the difference between joints, blunts, and spliffs. Let's talk about
Right.
that, right?
Right. So we if y'all are in the Cypher Sistas group, then you saw that article that I posted in the chat. And it's basically just telling you the difference between blunts, spliffs, and what else? Joints.
Joints, honey.
You know, I don't know. You see, the one where they said that there's a difference between a spliff and a joint, I ain't really necessarily agree with that. I'm sorry, I'm looking
Okay.
for the article so I could pull it up because I don't remember.
So let me just give the down and dirty real quick, the
Go
bottom
ahead.
line up front. So a joint is just plain weed, and that's weed with rolled with paper, right?
Mhm.
Or however you're gonna roll it. Usually papers. Sometimes the papers are flavored. They come in different sizes. You know, you can get the king size, you can get the 1 1/4. You know, so there are various sizes that you can get to roll your joint, right? A spliff is weed mixed with tobacco, right? And so you can either have more weed or more tobacco. It just depends on your preference. But that's what consists of a spliff.
Hmm.
And they say a blunt is weed rolled with a tobacco leaf. And sometimes you can put tobacco in there. You can put some funnel in there as well if you want. But those are the differences between the three. Personally, I think I'm more of a spliff smoker because I like to roll mine with a little bit of both, just to, keep it. That's just my preference. I started out just a joint smoker. Actually, I started out just a bowl smoker.
Mhm.
Because I couldn't figure out how to roll for shit, right? I still don't know how to roll, but I bought a roller. Hey,
Hey, that
I
one
mean,
for
I can roll a blunt. I've rolled a couple of blunts. I can say that. But I just gave up because usually when I'm trying to get to my shit, I'm trying to get to my shit. I ain't got time to be trying to fuck around and then waste the time. So maybe what I should do is just roll me a joint while I am trying to roll a blunt or roll something else by hand without my roller. Because
you
if my
mean
roller goes down, I'm
roll
fucked.
while you roll your joint?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But see, my roller, yeah, because if I go without a roller, I'm screwed, right? But that's why I got five of them motherfuckers, right? And if one starts to get a little tight, I'm running to the stove. So I keep them bitches all around. But anyway, that's my preference of smoking. I like to smoke a spliff. What is your preference of smoking, my dear?
So I just wanted to say, for my entire life, I thought the difference between spliff and joint was just a vernacular thing. So, like the people I grew up with, black people, said spliff. More Caribbean, like I grew up around. I'm Caribbean. I'm of Caribbean descent. Grew up around Caribbean people. I never heard, like, never ever in life, and they smoked it. However it was rolled. You feel me? It was a spliff. Like, so this was like new to me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I guess now we making rules, but this seemed more like a Gen Z rule than a ever rule that was before. But hey, I might be wrong. I just didn't like within the culture that I grew up with, spliff was spliff was spliff was spliff. I mean, we said a blunt because we knew what we was talking about. Like, and truly, we said blunts as per the roll. So it'd be like, roll that Dutch. I want that Dutch, or Let me get that. Like, I want that backward.
Okay, so you were talking about the name of the brand
Yeah,
of
we would
the leaf.
say it by the brand sometimes. You feel me? But like a joint, I don't really ever even remember using that term. I'll be honest with you. So it's like that's where I was with the article. I was like, okay, I guess. But like, who says joint? Like, I don't know.
I mean, but back in the day, and so I've heard all three, and especially I'm a newer smoker, so I guess I would be a Gen Z as far as the smoke. Well, a Gen or a millennial smoker when it comes to my smoking characteristic, right? Because I'm brand new to it, but I've heard joint, I've heard spliff, I've heard blunt, and and I've heard like it's different in different parts of the world too. You know what I mean?
I have
So like, what do they call it when they because I know in other parts of the world they'll take a cigarette and they'll empty the cigarette and then they'll put the cigarette and roll, like take the filling of the cigarette and roll that in with the weed and then put that back into the cigarette thing and smoke it with the filter.
That's a lot of work.
I mean, but that's what they do overseas in Europe. That's a European thing.
Fancy.
Yes, very,
I
very.
do that, but I do that like if I want to hide. if I'm somewhere, like when I used to have my job as a customer service representative and I wanted to look like I was smoking a regular cigarette,
Yeah.
I used to put mine in this, like in these little cigarellos. I would sit there painstakingly empty them out and leave, like fill it up with cannabis and
Thank
then
God for these.
tiny bit, yeah, I know, right? And put a tiny bit of cigarette on the top so that it smells like a cigarette when you start it. You gotta know the tricks. You gotta know the tricks. I didn't know that. But matter of fact, you might be right. I mean, it's just because emptying the cigarette is the same thing as putting grabba, which is what's inside of, like, when you crush up the frontal. That's what they call it, grabba. I mean, that's what Caribbean people call it. I don't know if it's now a vernacular for everyone, honestly.
I don't know. That'd be interesting, though. We should do some research on the different vernacular from the different areas.
I would like that. I would like that. We could do that.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that. I love crap. I love stuff like that. So we definitely will come back. What they call it in Thailand, what they call it in Singapore.
Exactly, man. That'd be pretty awesome.
I'm definitely not familiar with their cannabis culture yet. I mean, I know in Thailand it was definitely no Malaysia. Was it Malaysia or Thailand? You go into jail.
I think most of those places over there, like in Qatar, I know people pissed off. They can't even get a Budweiser because people
but I mean,
over there.
But it's it shouldn't be over there if it's going to be. They gotta respect what it is. Like, how y'all gonna bring it over there to a place where the people don't do those things? You know what I mean? Like,
and the whole world is pissed.
Yeah,
everybody over there is mad as hell.
If that was my sport and I wanted to enjoy and partake of my stuff that I partake of when I'm having a fun time, I'll be tight too. You paying all that money to Qatar?
Why is it even here? No.
For real. Somebody must have lost a bet, or somebody must have owed somebody something.
Ooh, they pissed. They pissed. And we talking about people from all over the world, right? So we talking Latinos, we talking Asian, we talking people from all over the world that's used to drinking.
There's a lot of soccer fans.
And there's a lot of people that like to drink.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Soccer looks like it's an interesting sport.
It is. It's a very interesting sport.
It looks like it would keep my attention.
Football.
The reason why I've never gotten into sports because I can't find one that entertains me enough. Football, I don't like seeing people get beat up, tackled, all of that. I know y'all love that, but I hate it. That was why I never got into football, really.
I remember back in the day, my dream job was to be the good game girl. As they came running out the field. Good game.
Hitting them booties. Right in the
Oh, Lord. We digress.
Really did. We really did. Sorry, y'all. But that's what happens in a cipher, and I know y'all know that.
So look, Established 87 says, I love the game Natural Leaf. I quit papers like Swishes and Backwoods are overrated to me. But I like raw papers also. I smoke raw papers. I love raw papers. Those are my papers of choice.
I don't like those. I like Bob Marley.
The Bob Marley papers? Huh. I think I tried them, but I thought they were maybe too faddish for me. So I was like, yeah, I'm going back to my raw.
Nah, they burn the right way. Raw, you gotta, they canoe too much, and you gotta keep on relighting them. It's annoying.
Man, I'm good. I need my weed to go out because I be running my mouth. So I need my shit to go out.
Keep smoking my head.
Look. I need my shit to go out because I be running my mouth. So while I'm doing all this, I need not to be wasting my weed. So I'm good with the raw going out because I light it back up and then I'm back to.
I'm a busy lady, so I need my stuff to. I got to do the quick smoke.
You got to do the quick smoke?
Even when I have my spliff, I time myself. It's 10 to 15 minutes of spliff time at best, and then I got to do.
See. So Established in 87 says, how do you feel about glass blunts? I actually don't mind them. I don't. I like them because I think it's cleaner. For me, it was cleaner.
It wastes too much flour. It wastes too much flour.
Nah, but it just depends because like I'll come back and hit that mug.
Nah. I end up wasting too much flour.
I come back and hit it and be like, I only got to hit it like once or twice. A good hit, and then I'm like, oh, yeah.
You know what that's good for? To just keep in your pocket for every time you need a quick hit every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, you can't use that as your, like, sitting down, you know, getting it in, smoking type of, like, I would not use that as my consistent. I wasted so much flour. Don't you remember I had two of those? The regular one, the backup one. I kept one full for backup when the other one ran out. That was like a quarter. That was a quarter per two things.
You was packing your shit too tight, man. You was packing it too tight.
Whatever.
You gotta leave it a little loose, man, so the weed got a little room to, you know, and then that way the flame gets everything.
It was cute. I tried it. It wasn't for me. It's not for me.
I love it. Especially like if I'm like, you know.
It's in my cannabis gadget graveyard. You know, where all the, you know, you like to try new things, and then when you try them, you see that just your good old thing you've been doing this whole time work for you. This hitter is from the what is this thing? The thing that you got me.
Oh, the thing with the double thing? Yep. I love that thing, man. That thing, you use it for everything. It's a grinder. It's a fucking magnifying glass. It's a damn light. It's a damn hitter at the bottom. It's a damn weed holder. It just does everything for you. I love that thing. Shit, I need to brand that bitch. I may have to. All right, so Established 87 says, how about that feeling when you think you got more, but it's less than a blunt? What's worse than that? Fuck yeah, man. That's why I love them hitters, man.
That's when you roll a skinny one. You be like,
nah, that's when I go ahead and hit that pipe real quick. Yeah, man.
That's true. I will turn that into a hit situation, even though I really want that. But honestly, I noticed something about myself. I only smoke tobacco if I'm in like a certain type of mood. I'm trying to give that up too. It's not good for you guys.
Tobacco? When you start smoking a lot of tobacco?
Girl, I used to love, oh my goodness. I used to love having my blunt, having my spliff with my fronto in it. Like, that was my go-to.
I only use a little bit, just a little bit.
Because I won't lie to you, I can literally tell how tobacco makes my body feel.
Okay.
It gives me a specific feeling in addition to what the cannabis is doing. So, like, I guess I might be on the spectrum. Because I am a sensory-seeking individual now that I'm thinking about it. Because when I do use cannabis with tobacco, I'm seeking a specific experience, like sensation. So that's what I was saying. I only do it when I want to feel that way.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it kind of like I don't know. You know how like wine, like when it warms your body and you feel like a little bit of tingle, like when you're first having, when it starts to just hit you. You're not tipsy, but you like,
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it makes me feel like. If that can
Okay.
fully encapsulate the
What you
feeling.
going for? Yeah, yeah. No,
I was trying to like
you.
figure out how can I explain this. So I hope that got it. But yeah, it's crazy.
So let's talk about this marijuana, the cannabis product graveyard, man. I got so much crap in there. Remember the
I
split
know
that
you
used to be
do.
able to roll that? You remember the one that had like the little twirly thing in the middle and you could roll and man, how hard was that thing to put the weed in and get the weed out of?
That's the glass blunt.
Yes.
That's what he was talking about. That's what I was
Oh no, I thought he was talking about the other, like just some glass pipes.
No, he was talking about that glass blunt. That's what a glass
Oh no, fuck that. I'm sorry. My bad, my bad. I was talking about the whole wrong thing. Now I hate that thing. That thing takes too long. Shit.
That's what I've been talking about this whole time. That strain, them Girl Scouts must be hitting.
Okay? Like a mug.
Because
Like
you completely missed that. And
I
now
totally
you're
did.
coming in talking about this thing.
Complaining about it right off the bat. I hated that thing. I gave that shit away.
Thank you. I ain't giving mine away because I don't want to give that to somebody. And here's why. I don't recommend it. That's why I'm not giving it away. I do not recommend that thing. That's a waste
I thought I was using it wrong. That's why I gave it away. I was like, maybe you can figure this shit out.
He wasn't using it wrong. That thing is right there in the graveyard. I have a box filled with random things that I saw. I was like, oh, let me try this. And then it turned out to be a complete waste of my money.
Just the craziness.
Tell what are some gadgets that anybody has in their cannabis product graveyard? Because I know we who love making infusions and all of that, we definitely got some gadgets.
Oh wait, I got a gadget to show y'all. Hold fast. Let me grab it really quick.
Man, what else is in my graveyard? Oh my goodness. More like rolling accessories. I don't know if you can hear me, Malika. No, she can't hear me because she left, y'all. But yeah, I used to pre-roll a whole bunch of spliffs and put it inside of a smoking case.
This is my party graveyard. But I don't know if I really want to retire or I'm gonna hang on to it.
When I smoked. Nobody was around me. It was more for me. It was for the aesthetic. But you know, I'm not ashamed. My sisters used to laugh at me for that, but I did not care.
Wait, what you talking about? What you talking about?
I was talking about telling a quick story about when I used to pre-roll like 4 or 5, maybe 6 spliffs and keep them in a cigarette case and had a cigarette holder. And I used to just pull them out and smoke them, and like everybody used to laugh at me. Oh, well. That's why you my sister. She wasn't one of the ones laughing. To be it was mostly my brother. They was like making fun of me. I thought I was too fancy, but like,
oh hell no.
If you know me, you already know.
I mean, this way I know exactly how many I got.
You should have expected to see me with a cigarette holder with my.
I mean, come on. And that way I can just pull out, and then I know. All right, so I got my morning spliff right here already. Put it to the side. You know what I mean? It's already figured out. Oh my god. Back to these comments. She says, I have one of those graveyards. Oh, speaking
I
of
know
the
you do, Alex.
Remember my party graveyard?
Oh my god, party bong!
This is the best pipe ever for a party. Oh my god.
Pipe.
Yeah, man. Man. And all you need is one hit.
Cool, y'all.
And you be like good for the whole night. You be good.
You gotta bring that out next time.
Yeah. The party bong.
I haven't seen that in a minute. I forgot you had that.
Oh man.
Then
Correct.
you know why you can't say that, Caress? Because you make mindful purchases. You're very smart about your purchases, I'm sure. You ain't buying nothing as like a whim where you say like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I think I'll try it. When it comes to cannabis, I'm that person. It's literally the only time in my life where I impulse buy, you know. I'm not an impulse shopper. But when it comes to cannabis, if I see a knick-knack paddywhack that I like, I'm buying it.
Alex Arden says packs, never buy that. Too many lighters, papers. I didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
feel you.
agree. I agree.
I
That's
feel
kind
you.
of why I'm trying to wean myself off of smoking so I could be in my infusions. I won't have to pay for paper night. But then here's the downside to that. When you happen to want a spliff every once in a while, you don't have paper. Because you was like, I gave up smoking. So I don't have any paper. That happened to me. So that's how I know.
That's why you keep a. That's why you keep a
Made me
spare
very
pack.
sad 'cause
It's almost like a cigarette break in case of emergency.
oh yeah, I have mine now. I have mine now. I have my little backup now. But that day I was so mad because it was like cold. I didn't really want to go out, but I definitely wanted that spliff. You know what I mean?
See.
So I learned my lesson. Learn my lesson.
Oh yeah, the silicone bongs.
I like
Yeah,
silicone bongs.
I do like my silicone pipe, man. I got a bunch of those. I love them.
I don't like the pipes though.
I love it. I ain't never burnt my finger on one of them
Hard to
mugs.
pick them up. And they get stained by the.
They do. I mean, you gotta buy them quite frequently, but I mean, back in the day when they were costing like $6, it wasn't bad, right? Now they want like $20 for the pipe. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the paper. Shit.
$9.99.
Yeah. All right, so
M&M convenience.
I'm about to put up a comment, and I don't know if this is a real comment or not, so I'm gonna let you read it, Rachel, because it could be one of these people that are trolling us.
Okay, let's see. Scared. What? R&B crooner Tank just came out. That's someone's trolling. This has nothing. They did this they put that up last week. I'm not commenting on this. I mean, it's up to you. I don't know who Can't Wait is, but I don't have any comments.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna keep on moving.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
a good impulse buy. Good impulse buy. And I do that. I do that too. If I go to a pop-up, definitely. I'm like, how many milligrams?
So there's this lady around town that I think I may try. She's out of Hampton. So I may try her next week because every week she posts like her recipes, or not her recipes, but her menu. And last week she had some good looking stuff, like some raspberry cake and some delicious looking stuff. So I may have to try her one week, and if I do, I'll give her a shout out and let you guys know how it was. So yeah, man. Hey, man. So let's talk about this event that we got coming up, right? Because we ain't talked about this, man.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. So we are, like I said, your girl is turning 25. Nah, I promised someone of mine who is 6 months older than me that I wouldn't say my real age. I'm fine with how old I'm turning, but I have to respect their wishes. So if you don't know how old I am, I'm sorry. But you're just gonna have to keep on guessing. 25 is what I said. So my birthday is December 21st, and we're doing a sip and paint. And it's with the twist, we'll be having all these delicious 420
products. Yes.
For you to sip and taste while you paint. The beautiful nude form of a model.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
Friends, your best friends, your cousins, whoever you hang out with, and come kiki with us. it's a ladies only event this time. This first event is just ladies only because we're kicking it off, Cypher Sistas. And honestly, I just want to spend time with my girls. The whole point of Cypher Sistas is just to create sisterhood because I need more sisters in my life. Brothers, you are
No hating to the fellas though. We love you guys and we appreciate you guys
will
watching and joining us and all that good stuff.
exactly. And we are gonna have events, that will be co-ed, but for now, this is just about building sisterhood. So it's in Richmond. If you're in Richmond, Virginia, you can you can is the link on the page?
I do not believe so, but if they go to let's see. No, I don't have the link.
All right, so go to my page on Instagram. You can DM me at Rachel Sayla 826, and then I'll just give you the details there. I'm sorry, we're a little bit disorganized. We're getting there.
And next time we'll have the flyer as well to be able to post up and let everybody see it.
Exactly. And if you want to sponsor a ticket for a sister who you think could use a night out, you're more than welcome to do that. That's something nice to give away for the holidays because we gonna be lit, y'all. We'll post a few videos of.
We got you, Naomi. We got you, baby.
Don't call me.
I got you, boo. I got you. Have them call me. Lord have mercy. No, but if you got anybody in Richmond that you think would be interested in doing something like that, whether it be a holiday gift or something like that in the Richmond area, I think this would be a great opportunity to come out and bond with some fellow sisters, some fellow 420 sisters, talk about some of the products that we've been using, talk about some of the things that we've been doing for wellness for ourselves, and also to have a good time with some girlfriends and have a couple of sips of some good stuff and some taste of some good stuff and some nibbles of some good stuff and some smells of some even better stuff.
Exactly.
And just enjoy the camaraderie of the Richmond area and what Richmond has to offer. So the dates that we're looking at right now are what
excuse me, y'all. It's getting
uh-oh. Got choked up by that. My bad. Hey.
Yeah.
That shit is hidden. Okay, I'm the yeah. Okay, what Runts is doing it.
All right, now it's December 21st, 6:30 p.m. We are securing the sip and paint, and there are limited tickets also. We're only doing 30 tickets, so get in while you can. And the admission, Malika, what's the admission again?
The advanced mission was
75, right?
75 for advanced, yes.
And there'll be giveaways.
Yep.
Trust me, you want to be there.
Yes, it'll be the happening thing.
Nice little gift.
Yes.
So you want to be there. You want to be there, ladies. All right. Sometimes when I hear myself talk, I can hear my accent and I'm like, oh, okay. I hear it. Like,
yeah, for real.
She came up to me today in the supermarket. She was like, "You from New York?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh yeah, I know. I can hear it." I was like, "Oh, brother."
I think it depends on what words people say, though. You know what I mean? Because people can never tell where the hell I'm from.
Yeah, that's true.
I got a mixture of everything.
You do, though. You do.
Yeah. And I ain't even gonna share where I'm coming, just in case y'all looking for me. Fuck that. I'm always running like I'm wanted. Fuck y'all. No.
That strain is hitting you too.
Yeah, but for real.
But so we wanted to talk about something, and I guess it's been high key distracting Malika because it's a real heavy topic. We have wanted to talk about Shanquella, the young lady who she went on a trip to Mexico with her friends, and on the very first day was let's I mean, obviously something happened to her, like foul play. Like let's be honest. I'm not gonna, you know, but like as a parent, thinking of my child thinking she's going somewhere with her friends
Mhm.
and people she could trust, and then I see a video of someone just pummeling her and her so-called friends yelling, "Fight back." You know what I mean? Like instead of them breaking it up, instead, like so many things just went through my head, and it just broke my heart. It broke my heart. It
Yeah,
broke my heart. It
yeah.
really did. It really did.
And the sad part about it is, so those of you who aren't following what's going on, so a few weeks back, these young ladies from well, this group of kids, and I say kids, they're between the ages of I'm going to say 19 to maybe 30. So these group of young people decided to go to Cabo San Lucas, right? So there was a group of 7 of them. The first day that this young lady gets there, Shanquella, I guess 6 of them had arrived already, and Shanquella was there, and she was there with her best friend. And so what winds up happening is you see this video that's gotten released of well, first let me backtrack. So this was day 1 that she's there. She turns up dead, and so they wind up calling her family and telling her, their family, that she died of alcohol poisoning and everything.
Yep.
So the family says, well, you know what, we're going to wait for the autopsy, because everybody was telling different stories. And so what wound up happening is, after the autopsy came back, it showed that she had spinal cord injuries, and it looked like essentially her neck was broken. And so then after that happened, a video got released, and they show this video of this young lady stark naked, in an altercation, and she's not fighting back. And so you hear this young man saying, aren't you going to fight back, Quella, or Quella, fight back? And you hear the young lady say, I can't, or I won't, or she's basically refusing to fight back. And this lady is still continuing to pummel her and punch her in the face and kick her, and just continue to beat her down. And so then another video gets released, and it's her friend who says, well, I got there a day of, blah, 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 or the next day. And so the young lady was already slumped over and everything. And so I sat there with her for a few hours, and then we called a nurse in. And then the nurse couldn't revive her either. So, they said that she had alcohol poisoning, but, we didn't really know what was happening. So anyway, so now these kids have fled Mexico, and they've come back to the United States, and this young lady is dead down there. And they basically, the Mexican authorities are saying that they don't have enough to charge, because they don't think that there was foul play. But this isn't the first set of people of color, or this isn't the first set of tourists for Americans that have gone down there, specifically people of color, including Latinos, just people of color in general, coming up either dead or missing. And so you have to be careful when you go to some of these foreign countries, and you have to be careful with the groups that you call your friends, that you travel with, because this young lady traveled with supposedly her best friend of like 4 years, who happened to be a male. And it seems like nobody jumped in, nobody tried to help her. I just couldn't even imagine as a parent. And so now they're back here on US soil. And so the US is supposedly doing an investigation, and I'm not sure if the investigation is concluded, but it doesn't really look like these kids are going to be charged at all for killing this young lady. And they have blood on their hands. Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Honestly, it's just because it makes me too unhappy. It makes me too unhappy. And you know what? It's just a testament to like this world is such a terrible place.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, because I have a daughter, and I could not imagine. I could not freaking imagine if
Yeah.
my kid went on vacation with her friends, and the day after they get there, they calling me telling me my kid is dead. Now, first off, I'd have been on the first thing smoking down there. They wouldn't have been able to leave that place without before I got there.
Oh,
That's
oh,
for damn
oh.
sure.
If I heard that they was back at the States, I'd be at their doors.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Oh my God, there would have been a drive-by.
It would have been pulling up to their house on the airport, and I would have been right in their driveway.
Oh my God, everybody! I'd have met all they ass at the airport. Yeah, there'd have been some moving and shaking happening until somebody got arrested. We all going to jail tonight until some shit happens. We all gonna be up in here until they figure out if you need to be up in here a little longer than I do. And we gonna be waiting right here until they figure out, because there was no way you were evading anybody. Now we all would have been up in that Mickey Blitz.
Oh,
and they wouldn't have got me like they got Shaquella. That poor baby. That poor child.
That's really what it is for me. Like, beating someone who's not fighting you back, it's like you extra. You a different type of person. That's all I have to say. You a different type of person.
And now all these in allegedly, I mean, they're dragging these kids. I mean, so granted, this happened, right? So now they've posted like these kids' addresses, their phone numbers, their full names. You know what I'm saying? So people have been giving these kids death threats. Like, they've been coming for these people. Now, as a parent,
and I guess that's the vengeance. Good old vengeance of the Most High. Quick and easy.
As a parent, I gotta say, if it were my kid, I'd be all for it.
Here's the thing. And this
however,
no, it's not. I know we say, snitches and all of that. But here's the thing. This is a situation where they need to speak the fuck up. Not all of them didn't kill her.
Well, that's why that video got released, because I believe what's going on is I believe that they're starting to feel the pressure around their neck.
As a parent, if my child, I pray that none of my children are terrible and would be there and privy to seeing their friend get beat to a bloody pulp and not do nothing.
Not help.
You feel me? Nothing and not tell. But yeah. You welcome, Alex. Thank you. Alex signed off. She said,
"Oh, have a good night, Alex.
Have a good night, Alex. Thank you."
Yeah, but all of that is just
there's a bunch of different subjects that happen.
Yeah, man, and that's just crazy. I just couldn't even imagine. But I don't think that I'm a fan of their information being put out there either.
I'm not either. You know,
because that's
one of them need to speak up.
Yeah. Well, somebody spoke up because they released the tape, right? Because at first they all were claiming alcohol poisoning. And then all of a sudden, somehow this tape comes out. And it could have only been one of the people that were in that room recording.
Yeah, that's true.
So somebody's trying to cover their hind parts. The truth is going to come out. The truth is definitely going to come out. And then the one girl that supposedly is the one that's beating her up, according to the internet, is asking for money for an interview. She's saying she'll only talk if she get paid.
I don't have nothing to say about that.
I swear they better be glad it ain't I ain't the yeah. Jeff Short says it's crazy because when I saw the video, I thought she was intoxicated.
Me too.
But after the autopsy said she had no alcohol in her. Oh my God, I didn't know she didn't have any alcohol in her at all. It shocked me. She wasn't trying to fight back. That's so sad. So wait a minute. She oh my goodness. I can't even imagine like not having, because I figured that maybe she had a little alcohol in her and that's why she couldn't fight back. But she just sat there and took that butt whooping like that. And let that go.
Like maybe she hit her and something happened to her like that she couldn't move, and then the girl just kept on going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe the first blow was the one that did it.
Yeah. Maybe like literally something probably happened, and she literally was saying if you say, I mean, I will be honest with you, I didn't see the whole video because I don't like stuff like that. I don't like watching things like that. But
I mean, she was dragging her by her hair and everything. So yeah,
like and photos of the video too, you know. But this is a real sad note to end the show on, though. So.
It really is. We
should have talked about that earlier, but we was just getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we
Um,
appreciate everybody for joining us, and thank you
yeah,
for all
we
the
do.
viewers that will be joining us later. Again, shout out to the GSCs, the Girl Scout cookies, and the White Runts for this evening, and y'all have a blessed
Urban
weekend.
Poison, caress. I'm gonna be
Yes.
hitting you up one of these days to find out where you get that. We get the hookup for that Durban Poison because I definitely want to try that strain. That's on my. I have a cannabis bucket list, so that's on my cannabis bucket list. It's a list of strains that I want to try, and
We should talk about that. We should talk about that next
okay,
episode. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
next
what's up.
week.
All
Come
right,
with
y'all.
your cannabis bucket list.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, y'all have a great night. Thank you
Everybody
again.
have a good night.